do Yom Kippur, and
Okay.
Yom Kippur is the Day of Atonement.
Well, of course,
That's
yes.
that's
After the celebration comes the reflection.
yes, yeah,
Perhaps.
pretty much.
Will you be partaking in that as well?
No, probably not.
Not so
I
much
mean,
of the
I'll
atonement.
probably fast. So you
Right.
typically for Yom Kippur you fast. So
Yeah.
I'll just fast and do it here at the house. But
Are you just doing the good and easy bits and the fun bits?
well, of course.
Okay. Right. Yes. How do I join your religion?
I mean, isn't that what life is supposed to be about?
Okay, very good. Excellent stuff. Now, so do you have any beef then, or are you kind of peace and love and all easygoing and festive at the moment?
Oh no, I'm really pissed off at him, Jen. So
Okay, let's go. Now that's unusual, to be fair, isn't it? Because we I've heard only good things. Nunu, of course, of Winsurance,
right,
is connected directly with MGen,
right.
and
Now they're idiots.
oh really? So what's
Oh,
what's
they're
what's
idiots.
okay? What's stuck in your craw this morning?
All right. So when we got here, all right, we got MGen, we got the top level because we didn't know what kind of insurance we'd need. So we
Yeah,
got the top tier. So no copay, no out of pocket, no deductible. Everything is zero. We go in, we get everything done, we pay nothing because we pay a high premium.
yeah.
So we wait our 90 days, and Michelle goes in and gets a routine mammogram. Every woman probably over 40 gets a yearly mammogram, at least in the US. I am presuming here, maybe not so much, but I mean, it's a routine thing to do.
Yeah.
So she goes in, she gets it, not a problem. They send her a bill. She's like, no, we have MGen. It's supposed to be covered. Oh, no, no, no. We sent it and they declined. So this is what you owe.
We sent it and they
Okay.
declined. What does that mean?
They sent in the bill to MGen, and MGen said, well, they're going to pay this
Oh, I
much, but
see.
the customer needs to pay the rest.
Okay.
We're like, we don't, that's not how our policy works. And they said,
Mm,
oh, but this is what you need to pay.
right.
Okay, we paid it. Then we contacted Nuno and started this almost year-long fight with MGen to get them to reimburse. And it's been, um, you're out of network. No, we weren't out of network. Oh, well, so um, it's not routine. It is routine. Oh, well, that they had, I don't know, 4 or 5 different reasons not to pay.
Mhm.
So we kept going around and around and around with them. They said, okay, we're going to send it to our medical committee. So we'll leave, send it to an independent committee and let them decide. They came back and they said it was pre-existing conditions.
For a mammogram?
Exactly.
Right. Yes, okay.
Right.
Which
How
is
the
a
hell?
an examination rather than
Right.
yes, yeah, okay.
Right. Rather than a diagnosis. And so we're like, well, how did you come up with um, how did you come up with that? And they said, well, because she had cancer back in 2013. Okay,
Right, okay.
okay, but the cancer she had was nowhere near breast cancer. So how do you equate the two? And it's been 12 years. It's been 12 years. So how can you say it is? How can you come up with that? They didn't
Mm.
have an answer. They just said it's pre-existing, but it's not pre-existing. A routine exam is not pre-existing.
Well, you would think not. You would think not. So where are you with that? Have you swallowed on that then? Have you or are you
We didn't have a choice. Yeah,
right, okay.
they refused to. They said,
Yeah.
now, had you waited the year,
Yes.
then we probably would have covered it. Okay,
Yeah.
did anybody bother to tell us that, oh, by the way, if you have something 12 years ago in the past, you need to wait 1 year so that it will be covered?
A year of their policy in action, or a
Right.
year? Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
you're right, or maybe it was 100, maybe it was 120 days or something in their
Okay.
policy.
Right. On a cynical note, Matthew's saying, "Are you surprised? This is standard insurance behaviour. Claim premium fees and find any loophole to not pay what is insured." What did Nunu say about this? Nunu's presumably been pushing on your behalf.
Oh, he was shocked. He didn't understand
Right.
it
Okay.
either.
Yeah.
He,
Okay.
he keeps saying that, we're not doctors, we're not medical. ImGen's not, doctors. They just do the policy. They're going to send it to
Mm.
the doctors. And I said, well, but their doctors are idiots.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I hear you. I hear you, and perhaps it is part of a change. I mean, we are used to this in the UK. The sort of general relationship between the population and insurance companies is one of cynicism. I know that's the case in the United States as well, right? That's fair to say, and maybe it's happening here now because we've had we're in our sort of days of salad and clover, perhaps. And the biggest situation, of course, certainly with the health industry and insurance, is that there are more people needing the services. Premiums are going up. T Duck here. My issue with MGen is the drastic price increases. They do go up, don't they, year on year anyway? And as you get older, they go up. We haven't even used it, and the premium has nearly doubled in 3 years. So perhaps this is part of a general sort of socio-economic financial picture as well that we're experiencing. And then it's not the golden days anymore, is it?
No, no,
No.
it's not. It's funny. We talk about how well the insurance is here,
Mm.
but what's interesting is in the U.S. they understand that a mammogram is routine care.
Mhm.
So you're not going to, if you have a deductible or your copay or an out of pocket or something like that, you know what it is right up front. You've got an out of pocket of this much, and you've got a deductible of 2,000, and so your out of pocket or your copay is going to be $30. Okay,
Yeah.
I know that up front. I know that going in, I'm gonna get a bill and it's gonna be $30. If you've got an insurance policy where there is no out of pocket, no deductible, and no copay, you expect that to be the case. You expect
Yes.
000. You go in, you get it done. See ya.
Do
Ciao.
you know what?
Like,
That's part of the problem here, I think, isn't it? Is like whenever you're not expecting something or you feel like you've been sort of double crossed, that adds insult to injury. In many ways, in the United States, you kind of know you're up against it, don't you? You
right.
know,
Yeah.
so
What you're, yeah,
yeah,
you know what the numbers are going to be.
yes,
Even if you're working for an employer and they subsidize your insurance, okay, I've got a $3,000 out of pocket, or 3,000 deductible, and I've got this deductible, this out of pocket, this deductible, and I've got a $50 copay.
yeah,
So right up front, until I meet these three criterias,
yes,
that's what I've got to pay. Once I reach that, then insurance covers it.
yeah.
So
Well, things.
that up front.
Yep. Things are changing here for sure, aren't they? And I guess one of the problems with this is a contagion that might happen, where people decide, like Matty is here. Are you surprised? Oh, that was an earlier comment. Yeah, the exact insurance behavior is the reason I have no extra insurances, just the legally required ones, vehicle insurances. So, as more people can't afford it or choose not to pay for it, that presumably means that the service also worsens for the people who are still inside the insurance. We shall
Could
see.
be.
We shall see about that. And we are facing, there's some big sort of socio-economic issues of an aging population, more demand on the health services, and so on. So these things will be changing. Did you resort to the Livro de Reclamações? Anyone who's not familiar with that might know it better as the complaints book. I'm guessing you went straight there, didn't you?
No, because I figured it wasn't going to do any good.
Okay, that's another possible call, isn't it?
It
Where
wasn't going to do any good.
I think it can
All
be
I'd
quite
be doing is just
influential.
spending more time on a dead issue.
Yeah, well, I've never signed a livro de reclamações, but I know that people who have asked for it, it can often change the atmosphere if you're in a situation and you ask for the complaints book. People do not want the weight of an added weight of bureaucracy added to their situation because I think they're obliged to take action. I got knocked back on various insurances so much in Australia for ridiculous reasons, presumably, that I also now have only essential insurances. I think that this perhaps is the way things are going. And yes, as I said before, it's not those early days, is it? Where you know, I don't know, we're talking about 4 or 5 years ago, aren't we? Where it's like, wow, the premiums are how much? That's amazing. I'll take the highest level. And what a lovely service we're having. Things are changing. Livroche worked for me against NOS. It is easy. So there you go. And there is an ombudsman available for health insurance disputes in Portugal. I think you've been through that process by the sound. Have you done that bit?
No, like I said, we just kept going back and
You're letting
forth.
that go.
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
Nuno's team was helping us and going back and forth with them
Yeah.
and trying to get an explanation.
Well, fair play
And
to them. Good to hear that they're still doing their best in these
yeah,
difficult circumstances. All right.
yeah,
Well, love to them and insurance. And yeah, be aware of this, folks. This is the situation that's unfolding in front of us around health insurance. It is going to be a little bit more challenging, I think, all round. And our expectations might have to change, right, Barrack? There's a takeaway here.
pretty much. And
Yeah.
I mean, it was almost as if I didn't even schedule a colonoscopy, and I got one anyhow. Sorry.
Look, don't say that when I've just taken a mouthful of water. We,
Sorry.
the whole studio nearly got sprayed. Okay, so yes, that's how you're feeling, is it? After this, I filed several complaints against Millennium Bank and used the ombudsman. The bank has paid me over €100. He's up on the deal, maybe. During the August fires, Pete suggested to me to get an insurance against wildfires. I'm inclined to get one, but only if I get in black and white what and how much they will pay out in case my farm, gets affected there. And Aviva, good morning to you. Yes, ditto with MGen high premiums. Yes, as we all get older, those premiums are only going one way,
Yep.
folks. And
Yep.
MGen, believe it or not, do have some of the better deals and policies on the market because they're a mutual and not a profit-seeking, a profit motive company there. And yes, good morning to you,
Prove it.
Ocean Dweller. A happy New Year to you as well. This morning, right? So that there was the. I thought we were only talking about beef brisket. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve.
Right.
Okay, looking forward already to next month. So the EU and the Agricultural Commission of Portugal, MGen, have been in your sights. Let's see who we have next month. Before you go, though, as a little bit of a palate cleanser and something upbeat and positive from BMZ Travel, everybody, where are we going, Barrett?